What up, y'all? This is your man, Kenneth Haynes, man. Hey, and we gonna talk everything trucking on this channel, right? So, first question I want to address is how do I transition rather from a company driver to an owner operator? Man, it's so many ways you can go about this, right? But what I recommend is just doing research, man. Just doing some research, trying to see how to maneuver when it comes down. Like, basically, you wanna you. How can I put this? You want to make sure that you find the right truck. You want to make sure that you're making the right business move. You want to make sure that you're comfortable, right? And the reason I'm bringing these things up is because I remember how I was when I first left. I was nervous, man. I was like, hey, what's gonna be my next move? You know what I'm saying? Like, how I'm gonna get my next dollar? Knowing that everything is based off of me, my hustle, my grind, my ambition, the things that I want to learn and do, and just being nervous, man. So, with that being said, I think that it took a lot of courage, you know what I'm saying, when it came down to how I wanted to make my next move. And once I made that move and made my decision, it was go time from there, right? It was go time. It was easy. And I had to pray about it, man, because I'm telling y'all, I was nervous. Like, it was something that I just didn't want to do because I knew if it was all eyes on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was one of them things that once I make this transition, everything relies on me, my family, my kids, insurance, everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, how do I transition and go ahead on and make this move and still be able to eat, right? So I had to learn a lot of things, and I kind of learned it on the fly. I mean, I got a lot of friends that's truck drivers, but I learned a lot of stuff on the fly, y'all. I learned a lot of things like, when I got my truck, I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead on and lease my truck on to a company, whereas I don't really have to pick my loads. I can just go ahead on and make sure that I keep my truck moving. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna keep it moving for me by me leasing it on to them. So it's nothing that I really have to worry about. But what I found out was that I was still living a feeling like I was still a company driver, right? And I didn't like that feeling, man, because they still had the say so on how much money I make. That was big for me because the whole purpose of me going on and saying, okay, I want to get my own truck was to know that I can make my own money, right? Make my own money and have my own destiny of how much I make. I don't have to worry about if I'm making $1,000 a week. You know what I'm saying? If that's all I was gonna take home for the week, or if there was more. And sometimes, being leased onto somebody, that's how it is. It's like, they can still put a cap on your money. They can still put a cap on how much, how many loads they want you to run, or, what they want you to go home with for that week. When you chose to get your own authority and you able to, or if you have the luxury of getting on with a company that allow you to pick your loads, where you can go on and eat, you know what I'm saying, and get as much money as you want, then that's a difference. But when you first get into the game, it's a little hard. So sometimes you want to go on and get out there and get on your own, and you want to lease on to somebody first just to get your feet wet, just to see how it is. Sometimes you may not really know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't know how to pick loads. And that's a real thing out there, y'all. That's real. That's something that I was nervous about because I didn't know. Okay, if I'm going in this direction, do I pick up a load? Going on the way up there, or however, you know what I'm saying, or going past a direction that you really don't have to go, like just burning fuel for no reason. And just learning and not knowing really what you're doing. So sometimes that could be a little challenging. But you can really make money being leased on to a company. But when I did mines, I leased on because it was easier for me and it was more comfortable for me. Just learning how to maneuver first and then going on ahead and say, hey, you know what? Let me go ahead on and jump out there, get my authority, and move on from there. It was a lot easier because I knew the sky was the limit. I was able to do whatever it is I wanted to do from there. And that's just what I have on that topic on transitioning from a company driver to an owner operator. And I'm gonna have more videos coming for y'all. This is just my first video, y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting off, but you gotta start somewhere. Hey, I started off as a company driver, right? Yeah, so now I'm starting off with this first video. Oh yeah, this is different for me. I'm out of my comfort zone, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But hey, listen, I got a Telegram that I'm starting. I'm gonna pick 2 people from that Telegram. I'm gonna drop a link to the Telegram in the description. First 2 people, well, I didn't say first 2 people, but I'm gonna pick 2 people from that Telegram, and I'm gonna help y'all get y'all first $10,000. Let's get it.